Sorry, I was so happy. Good afternoon. If you are able, please stand for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may be seated.
Good afternoon. I want to begin by wishing all the mothers a happy and special Mother's Day. It's a privilege to be here with so many vibrant and intelligent students who are eager to live out their callings and make a difference in the world. Graduates, you are not here by accident, but rather because of hard work, dedication, and perseverance. As you look around, I encourage you to give thanks for the friends and loved ones who have helped you. They have been behind you all along, offering support at each stage of your journey. I hope that you're also grateful for the staff and faculty who prepared and encouraged you to pursue your dreams and passions. Enjoy this day, one that you always remember. It is now my privilege to invite the Interim Dean and Chief Administrative Officer at Kent State University at Stark and Salem, Dr. James C. Hannon, to the podium.
Thank you, Reverend Joe Hanning. Welcome and congratulations to this fantastic class of Kent State University at Stark graduates. This is such an amazing day for you, for your loved ones, and for all of us at Kent State. This is a day for celebrating, smiling, and cheering. Let us join in applause for our graduating class. Today, we have a lot for which to be thankful, such as loved ones, community, and the opportunity to gather on our beautiful campus. As your dean, I warmly welcome each of you to celebrate this truly remarkable milestone in your lives. You have earned the pride of this moment. Now is the time for you to build upon the success you've achieved at your hometown university. Never forget that you will always have a home at Kent State Stark. On behalf of the entire Kent State family, including the dedicated faculty and staff who have been in your corner every step of your journey, I extend my heartfelt congratulations. We will continue to cheer for you as you move forward with purpose, armed with your Kent State University degree. For what you have achieved and for what we know you will achieve, your alma mater is bursting with pride as we bestow your degrees and the title Kent State alumnus. You are now part of Kent State's lineage and forever a golden flash. We have a distinguished platform party with us today. From my right to your left, we have Reverend Ryan Johanning, Executive Director of Interfaith Campus Ministry, Kent State University at Stark. Dr. Susan Rossi, Academic Vice Dean, Kent State University, Stark, and Salem campuses. Mr. Mike Hearn, Superintendent of Fairless Schools and our distinguished commencement speaker. And Dr. Jim Seeley, Associate Professor of History and Chair, Kent State University at Stark Faculty Council. Select members among today's graduates have committed themselves to serving our country through the armed forces. Veterans and active military members graduating today are wearing red, white, and blue cords. I ask our armed forces graduates to please stand. Thank you for your service. Well, we don't have any today, but we thank anyone for their service who provided service. It is now my honor to present our distinguished commencement speaker, Mr. Mike Hearn. Mike is a proud graduate of Fairless High School, Kent State University, and Ashland University. He worked at his parents' auto garage as a mechanic to pay his way through college, becoming the first college graduate in his family when he graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Education from Kent State University in 2003. Mike was inspired to pursue teaching by his great teachers he had at Fairless. He taught social studies and served as both an assistant high school principal and district curriculum director before becoming superintendent at Fairless in August of 2023. Mike holds both a master's degree and an Ohio Superintendent of Schools license from Ashland University. He and his wife, Katie, son Andrew, and daughter Reagan live in Navarre. Please help me in welcoming your commencement speaker, Mr. Mike Hearn.
Well, good afternoon. Dean Hannon, Board of Directors, faculty, families, and most importantly, the class of 2026. What an honor it is for me to be here today. But before I jump into my message, I do have to share a bit of a story and also give some apologies to the graduates. If I'm dragging a little bit, if the energy gets low, I'm in the season you guys are in right now with my own kids, right? So my son Andrew is graduating from Fairless High School on Friday. So if this goes okay, you guys give me a thumbs up. I'm going to use the same address at Fairless. But last night, Andrew was invited to run in a race down in Dayton, Ohio, this really special race called the Bizarre Mile. There was a graduate there who was one of the best milers in the history of Ohio. They named the race after. They have everybody come down and run. And I thought it was super special because my son ran a 4:14 last night. He's ranked like second or third in Ohio, all divisions. But guess what I learned when I got here today? Did you guys know your dean ran a 4:12 mile in college? I mean, that is smoking fast. Like, there's not a single runner right now in high school in Ohio that runs a 4:12. He told me nobody knew that story.
They can smoke me now, though.
Folks, when Dr. Hannon invited me to speak, I'm going to be honest with you, I was taken aback. I'm likely the most unlikely person to stand at this podium. For one thing, I'm the grandson of steelworkers. Neither of my grandfathers graduated high school, let alone college. My granddad quit high school because he was making more money working on the railroad than he would have than the superintendent of the school was making at the time. And my grandpa on my mom's side got expelled from high school because he caught the high school chemistry lab on fire. I'm the first in my family to earn a college degree, and I'm deeply proud to be a KSU alum. And while I may not fit the mold of a traditional commencement speaker, I live by a credo that I want to share with you guys today because it's never failed me, and I think it would be good for you guys. And that's when opportunity knocks, you got to answer the door. See, I wasn't a star student in high school. I loved working. That's what I did. I worked at my family's auto garage, and I enjoyed making money and doing those types of things. That was way more fun to me than studying. But something clicked with me during my sophomore year, and I'm sure some of you have had a very similar experience where you had a teacher that just connected with you. And for me, that was Mr. Jeff Sarbaugh. Is there any North Canton grads here? Do you have Mr. Sarbaugh in class? You did. Mr. Starbaugh was my sophomore American history teacher, and he made learning fun. He made it exciting. He was a storyteller, and he found ways to inject humor into his lessons, and it just clicked with me, and that's how I knew I wanted to be a teacher. This led me to enroll at Stark State my junior year in high school, back when we used to call it post-secondary. I still remember when I signed up for classes, tuition, $88 a credit hour. Yeah. I know what you're thinking. I'm not nearly as old as I look, right? Vice versa. While attending Stark State, I worked every hour I could to stay debt-free. When I capped out of classes there, I walked across the street to this campus at Kent State at Stark. I loved it here. Loved my teachers, enjoyed my classes, but eventually I capped out here as well, and that took me up to the main branch where it's a lot bigger, tuition's a heck of a lot more expensive, and the grind got real. Every day I'd wake up in Brewster, I'd drive to Kent for class, then I'd drive to Navarre to work as an auto mechanic to pay for those classes. It was 100 miles round trip per day. That daily grind, the grease I got under my fingernails, the textbooks I hauled around in my car, it built a work ethic in me that defines who I am to this day. I wasn't just fixing cars, I was building the grit that you need to carry a degree, something you guys all know because you're sitting in these seats today. When I graduated in 2003, I thought I had it all figured out. And maybe some of you today have that same feeling, like they had a plan in place of what you want to do. See, I had student taught in both Alliance City schools and Plain local schools, and I thought that's what I wanted to do. Big city, big school environment. I really enjoyed that. But when I started looking for a job, what I found was that there was one job open at Plain Local, had 150 applicants. That's not the job market you guys are going to face, by the way, but that's what it used to be. Back in those days, the job market for teachers was awful. I felt defeated, and it really seemed to follow me in the first couple of months after I graduated because there just wasn't opportunity out there. But I went to a job fair up at Kent State where I ran into my old high school principal, Rick Hall, and he said to me, "Mike, you need to apply at Fairless." And just being frank with you, that wasn't my plan. I didn't want to go back home. I wanted to get out there and experience other things. It just wasn't what I wanted to do. But there's a quote by Benjamin Fairless, the namesake of our school system, that we share with students. We have it painted on our walls. It's something we talk about all the time. I'm going to share that with you. Fairless said, "What is the recipe for successful achievement? Choose a career you love, give it the best there is in you, seize your opportunities, and be a member of the team." So when Mr. Hall told me we don't have a teaching job, but we can get you in as a tutor, it'll get your foot in the door. Opportunity for me knocked the first time, and I answered it. A few weeks later, he asked, "Hey, you willing to teach summer school math and reading for us?" Guys like, Jim here, we're social studies guys, math teaching, not in our wheelhouse, okay? I was really intimidated. 7th and 8th grade math should be easy, but it was intimidating. But I said yes, I took that challenge on. Once summer school was over, Mr. Hall came to me and he said, "Hey, are you willing to get licensed in special education, go back to college, get the degree? If so, we'll hire you full-time. We'll hire you as a teacher." I said yes again. I eventually got my dream job teaching government and economics at Fairless, but by then I realized something really vital I want to share with you guys. Oftentimes, other people are going to see things in you that you'll not see in yourself. When Mr. Hall asked me if I'd ever think about being a principal, I thought he was crazy. I had a young family, little kids, the best job in the world teaching kids in high school. Why in the world would I leave that for the headache of being a school administrator? It's a really, really tough job. He looked at me and he asked a question that has changed my life. If not you, who? If not you, who? That question pushed me into school leadership. It led me to my rocks in life, the mentors and colleagues who have sustained me, And it taught me the most important doors to answer are oftentimes you don't even know are there. Graduates, as you leave this campus, please remember these 4 ingredients for your own recipe for success. First, answer the door. Your plan is rarely as good as the opportunities that find you. Don't let the preconceived ideas of your career stop you from saying yes to an unexpected opening. 2, listen to those who see your potential. When a mentor asks, if not you, who, don't argue with them. They see a leader in you that you haven't met yet. 3, this is a tough pill to swallow, this one. Guys, there's no substitute for hard work. Whether you are turning a wrench in Navarre or sitting in a boardroom, hard work's the price of admission. It builds the grit that stays with you long after the ink on that diploma dries. And lastly, be a member of the team. Success is not a solo sport, folks. You need to get out there and find your rocks and eventually become the person who opens the door for someone else. Class of 2026, in a few minutes, you're going to get that degree. You have the grit because you're sitting here right now. The fact that you are sitting here right now in these seats getting a diploma shows that you've got it. Go, wait for that knock on the door, and make sure you answer it. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Mike. Great speech. I knew I was really wise in selecting a fellow educator to be our commencement speaker. I'd now like to invite Dr. Susan Rossi to present the degree candidates. Dr. Rossi.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Business Administration in the Ambassador Crawford College of Business and Entrepreneurship please rise? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts in the College of Communication and Information please rise? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in the College of Education, Health, and Human Services please rise? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Nursing in the College of Nursing please rise? Will the candidate for the Graduate Certificate in Adult Gerontology, Acute Care NP, please rise? Dean Hannon, upon recommendation of the faculty of Kent State University at Stark, I present these students as candidates for the baccalaureate degree or graduate certificate in their respective programs. They have satisfied all requirements for the appropriate credentials as determined by their academic departments.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Kent State University, I confer upon you, subject to the completion of requirements, the baccalaureate degree or graduate degree appropriate to your program of study with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto.
It is customary at this time for all degree candidates to transfer their tassels from the right to the left, symbolizing the moment of graduation. Congratulations. You will now approach the stage. As your name is read, you will be presented with the evidence of your accomplishment.
Caleb Adams, magna cum laude. Eliana Begg, cum laude. Michael Quammen, cum laude. Samuel Marstrell, cum laude. Austin Rambaud, cum laude. Preston Wackerly. Brianna DiPento, cum laude. Bernadette Gunderson. Robert Molador, summa cum laude. Nicholas Hill. Daniel Robinson, cum laude. Abigail Stevens, cum laude. Jeannie Whitted. Hannah Ackerman. Kelsey Bellman. Chloe Jeffries. Alyssa Kiefer, magna cum laude. Catherine King. Caitlin Latham. Irma Miller, cum laude. Emily Nickel, cum laude. Bailey Rager. Bailey Rinkus, magna cum laude. Ava Tarzan. Mackenzie Taylor. Taylor Tusa. Michaela Weaver. Kayla Earhard. Priscilla Chapman.
All right, let's have one more big round of applause for the 2025-2026 graduates of Kent State University at Stark. At this time, it is my privilege to present the Award of Distinction and the Distinguished Teaching Award. These awards are the highest teaching honors bestowed by our campus and demonstrates the value we place upon the principal mission of teaching and learning. It is fitting that at this celebration, we recognize the role that our faculty play in moving you to the point of this time in your education. The Award of Distinction and the Distinguished Teaching Award are presented each year to members of the resident faculty in recognition of exceptional classroom teaching. It is indeed an honor to be nominated by students and peers for this award. The recipient of this year's Award of Distinction is Dr. Jennifer Austin. The finalists for this year's Distinguished Teaching Award were Associate Professor Michelle Bagwell and Associate Lecturer Jessica Jones. The recipient of this year's Distinguished Teaching Award is Shelley Huron, School of Teaching, Learning, and Curriculum Studies. Doctor, go ahead. Well, I was going to say, Dr. Huron, please join me on the stage, but you're here. So, there you go. That's a good quality to have. And here comes the plaque. We are complete. The individuals recognized today are now part of a tradition that began in 1974, when Kent State University at Stark gave its first Distinguished Teaching Award. We are fortunate to have a number of past recipients with us today. Will all former recipients of this Distinguished Teaching Award please stand for recognition? On behalf of the entire Kent State community, I extend heartfelt congratulations to all graduates. We will watch you with pride as you, our newest Kent State alumni, invest your skills and talents to improve lives and better our region. We have no doubt that you will make your mark on this world. It is time to claim your future, secured by a strong foundation, a Kent State University education. In closing, I invite all of you to please stand and join us for the singing of the first stanza of the Alma Mater, which you will find in the back page of your program. After that, I ask the audience to please be seated and remain seated for the recessional of the faculty and our distinguished guests.
From the beautiful